thou translator, destroyer of the glories, conqueror, the subduer of the chakra clan. I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. When, O supreme among humans, you were born on this earth, you paced out 7 strides and said, I am supreme in this world. To you who were wise, then I prostrate. With pure bodies formed, supremely pure, wisdom ocean like a golden mountain, fame that blazes in the 3 worlds, winner of the best, Lord, to you I prostrate. With the supreme size, face like spotless moon, color like gold, to you I prostrate. Dustly like you, the 3 worlds are not, incomparably wise one, to you I prostrate. The Savior having great compassion, the Founder having all understanding, the field of merit with qualities like a vast ocean, to you the one gone to justice I prostrate. The purity that frees one from attachment, the virtue that frees one from the lower realms, the one path, the sublime pure reality, to the Dharma that pacifies I prostrate. Those who are liberated and who also show the path to liberation, the holy field qualified with realizations, who are devoted to the moral precepts. To you, the sublime community intending virtue. Homage to the Supreme Buddha, homage to the Dharma refuge, homage to the great Sangha, to all 3 ever devout homage. To all worthy of respect, bowing with bodies as many as all realms, atoms in all aspects, with supreme faith I pay homage. Do not commit any non-virtuous actions, perform only perfect virtuous actions, subdue your mind thoroughly. This is the teaching of the Buddha. A star, a mirage, the flame of a lamp, an illusion, a drop of dew or a bubble, a dream, a flash of lightning, a cloud, see conditioned things. Through these merits may sentient beings attain the rank of all seeing. Through the power falls, be delivered from samsara's ocean, perturbed by the waves of aging, sickness, and death. From Tushita's hundreds of glass protectors, to tip of this fresh, pure white heaped curd like cloud, O Losang Drapa Dharma's omniscient king, pray come to this place with your disciples. In space ahead on lion throne, lotus and moon, venerable Guru, smile brightly with delight. Pray stay hundreds of eons to spread doctrine as supreme merit. Feel for my mind of faith. Your wisdom mind sees full range of knowables. Your eloquent speech adorns fortunate ears. Your beauteous body, famed glory outstanding. Homage to you, worthwhile to think of, hear and see. Pleasant offerings of water, various flowers, fragrant incense, light perfume, and so on. Oceans of offerings set out and envisioned, offered up to you, supreme field of merit. Non-virtue committed with body, speech, and life, which I have heaped up since beginning less time, especially what has contradicted 3 vows. Each I confess from my heart with strong regret. In time of strife you strove to learn and practice, shunned 8 mundane concerns, made life essence full. O protector from depths of our hearts, we rejoice in your powerful great deeds. Venerable Gurus, from love and wisdom, clouds densely massed in your Dharma, highest kind, pray loose a rain of vast profound Dharma on fields of disciples just as needed. May whatever virtue that I here gather bring benefit to all beings and doctrine, and may it make venerable Losang Drapa Essential teaching, specially shine forever. Mig Meg Say Wei Cher Chen Chen Rei Dream Meg Yen Pei Wang Jan Pel Ya Tu Pung Ma Lu Jun Sei Song Wei Gong Chen Kei Pei Sun Song Kappa Lo Sang Dra Pei Shao La So Oh, glorious and precious root guru, pray take seat of lotus on my crown, caring for me with your great kindness. Bestow attainments of body, speech, and mind. Oh, glorious and precious root guru, pray take seat of lotus at my heart, caring for me with your great kindness. Bestow attainments common and supreme. Oh, glorious and precious root guru, pray take seat of lotus at my heart, caring for me with your great kindness, until supreme awakening remains steadfast. Homage to the exalted three jewels. Thus have I heard at one time, the Blessed One was dwelling in Rajagriha on Vulture Mountain, together with the great assembly of Bodhisattvas. At that time, the Blessed One was absorbed in the concentration of the countless aspects of phenomena called profound. Time, the superior Vishar, the Bodhisattva, the great being, was looking perfectly at the practice of profound perfection of wisdom, perfectly looking at the empty comparative existence of the five aggregates also. Then through the power of the Buddha, the Venerable Shariputra said to superior Vishar, the Bodhisattva, how should a child the lineage train to the profound perfection of wisdom? Thus he spoke, and the superior Vishar, the Bodhisattva, the great being, replied to the Venerable Shariputra as follows. Shariputra, whichever son or daughter of the lineage wishes to engage in the practice of the profound perfection of wisdom should look perfectly like this. Subsequently, looking perfectly and correctly at the emptiness of inherent existence of the five aggregates also. Form is empty, emptiness is form, emptiness is not other than form is not other than emptiness. In the same way, feeling, discrimination, compositional factors, and consciousness are empty. Shariputra, like this, all phenomena are empty, without characteristics, that they are not produced and do not cease. They have no defilement and no separation from defilement. Therefore, Shariputra, in emptiness there is no form, no feeling, no discrimination, no compositional factors, no consciousness. There is no eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no visible form, no sound, no smell, no taste, no object of touch, no mental phenomenon. There is no I element, and so forth up to no mind element, up to no element of mental consciousness. There is no ignorance and no cessation of ignorance, and so forth up to no aging and death, and no cessation of aging and death. Likewise, there is no suffering, no origin, no cessation, and no path, no exalted wisdom, no attainment. Therefore, Shariputra, because there is no attainment, Bodhisattvas rely on and abide the perfection of wisdom, and because their minds have no obstructions, they have no fear. Passing utterly beyond error, they attain the final state beyond sorrow. All the Buddhas who reside in the three times by relying upon the perfection of wisdom become manifest and complete Buddhas in the state of enlightenment. Therefore, the mantra of the perfection of wisdom, the mantra of great knowledge, the unsurpassed mantra, the equal to the unequal mantra, the mantra that thoroughly pacifies all suffering since it is not false, should be known as the truth. The mantra of the perfection of wisdom is proclaimed. Tayata gate gate parasam gate dori. Shariputra, this is how a bodhisattva, a great being, should train in the profound perfection of wisdom. Then the Blessed One arose from that concentration and said to the superior Vishvar, the bodhisattva, the great being, well said, O child, the lineage so it is. The profound perfection of wisdom should be practiced exactly as you have taught, and that his goddess will rejoice. When the Blessed One has said this, the Venerable Shariputra, the Superior, Shar, the Bodhisattva, the Great Being, and the entire assembly, as well as worldly beings, gods, demigods, Gandharvas, and others, should and highly praised what have been spoken by the Blessed One. He, the Holy Supreme Abode of the Dakinis, possessed of clairvoyance and miraculous power, unwaveringly caring for practitioners as your children. Homage to the host of the three places Dakinis. Tayata Om Gate Gate Para Bodhisoha. Through the power of truth of the exalted three-jewel speech, may all on the side of negativity such as the four Mars be stopped. May they become non-existent. May they be pacified. All enemies, obstructors, and hindrances shot. The 80,000 types of obstructors pacified, free from adverse, harmful conditions. May all be conducive and perfect auspiciousness, happiness, and well-being here right now. Sashi Bogi Yukshin Meto Tramri Irablinji Didegen Padi Sangye Shindu Bite Uwar Ito Kunanda Jingwa Chuparsha Jesun Champagenam Kichu Kukar Kiense Twindrikne Chitar Shampe Duje Zilma Laza Kechugi Charpar Wapsuso Hidam Guradamandala Kam Niryatayami Chodam Sogi Chodala Jam Chuparu Yaki Yapsuchi Jaki Chune Kepe Sodanki Jola Penche Sange Drupasho Chodam Sogi Chodala Jam Chuparu Yaki Yapsuchi Jaki Chune Kepe Sodanki Jola Penche Sange Drupasho Chodam Sogi Chodala Jam Chuparu Yaki Yapsuchi Jaki Chune Kepe Sodanki Jola Penche Sange Drupasho.
Good evening, everyone. How are you? Good, thank you. How's the weather? It's wet? It's wonderful. That's good. Good. Anyway, it's wonderful. Yes, it is wonderful. We all able to come together. Even, at least we just pray some powerful, words. Even we we just pray that the merits humongous, right? Humongous merit. The Buddhism base we have we put imprints. Right now we just pray, just chanting, try to our best wish. Then future we will better. Like everything change. Good way or better way, doesn't matter. They change all the time. Nothing to stable all the time. Therefore, our mind also change. Therefore, we put some imprints, very good, When they meet the conditions, then right now we put imprints, it will be rapid the result. Therefore, just pray. Then, of course, we discussion about some philosophy or logic. It makes for more education. Whatever we do, in order to done that, we need to education, right? Without education, you cannot do anything. Very small things, we need education, right? Then experience, especially Western countries, we need experience. Even you go to dishwash, they ask you, are you experienced? If you cut the vegetable, they ask you, are you experienced, right? Therefore, experience is very important. Like the job experience, we have to physically do the actions. Like practice experience, we need to do for put into practice daily life. Do you think our thoughts can change? Thoughts? We say thoughts, right? Do you think we can change something? Good way, bad way. Therefore, always try to the positive actions, to good actions, good thoughts. It will lead for us to right direction. We go to right direction, then we don't get punishment. Right? Therefore, Buddhism says Buddha, Dharma, Sangha is our refuge. What is refuge means? Protection. Protect from what? Protect from where? The heart protect. Right? I can do 3 categories. The example, our daughter is our protection. Protection for what? How? When? Right? Before we got sick, we go to every year, so see the physical checkup. Ask her daughter, I'm okay? Do you have any problems? Right? Daughter says, oh, you are fine. Oh, you have some problems. Then he or she gives some advice, for your activity, your food, what you done, so okay. When we follow that, we protect from the sickness, right? Like usually the tradition of Tibetan, until we get sick, we never go to doctor. Then, maybe time to die. Lot of disease also not showing up, right? They're just hiding that. Then they will show up, they already take over. They already take over all important place. We cannot control. But Westerns, before they control, checking, okay, oh, here okay, like looking for sickness. Sometimes a little bit superstition make, even you're good that you go to stay, you go to see doctor. Doctor says, maybe you have something there wrong. Then you say, oh, really? Then you feel, oh, maybe I'm not very, or maybe I have something here. Doctor already makes some spicy, then you also put more spicy or, I call it, superstition. Then you feel really sick. Something happened, but it's good for, checking before, it's able to protect from some us. Therefore, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, we give example for doctor, medicine, and nurse. The doctor, especially here, the doctors, we have, like Tibetan doctors, I'm not saying Tibetan good. They check here, they can see all your diseases. Any kind of disease you can find. Here they're all different, right? Who someone looking for your liver, they cannot look at your heart. Someone look at your heart, they cannot look at liver. Someone look at your, maybe itchy disease, they cannot understand other ones. They're all different, they have different job. But the Tibetan doctor, they can say, oh, your problem here, problem there, problem there. He or she find everything. But anyway, the doctor is who identified all our disease. Then he or she give advice, take this medicine, do that, right? The Buddha is who find what is the cause of the suffering, the problems. Then he or she said, how we get out that. Right? He found a problem, he showed how you get out that. How? Practice Dharma. Doctor say, okay, take the medicine. Like example, when we take medicine, swallow of mud, then we are able to recover the sickness, right? Therefore, doctors can cut out our disease, right? But Buddha says, I cannot cut out your disease. I cannot take out your disease. What? I show you path, you practice that, and you recover. Therefore, in order to, we have to take medicine, also we need a nurse. I say, okay, take that, Like that is all Dharma friends. We call Sangha, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. They are our daily practice, daily friends. Therefore, real Dharma is what? For example, 10 non-vicious actions. Correct? Okay? Sometimes, I know 10 non-vicious. Yeah, this is, But we need to remind all the time. If we do any actions, 10 non-vicious, it leads for our sufferings, problems. Right? You understand everyone? Okay, therefore we have to, if you have to recover your sickness, you have to take care of yourself. Doctors show you how you do that. The nurses show you how you do that. But you have to take care of yourself, right? Exactly like similar. We need to free from all the problems. We need to take care of ourselves. Okay? Like that. Therefore, just keep going slowly, day by day, year by year. Try to change your personality. Sometimes we are very different, we have different personality, right? Oh, I like that. Oh, I don't like that. That's my word. But we need to a little bit put, how I say, screwdriver, how I say? Screwdriver? Seva? Screw. The screw is very tight, right? Screw, do you know? We need to a little bit, just a little bit loose, okay? Our own personality. So, I like this, my own personality. Oh, I like that. Something is not very good. Therefore, a little bit loose. Don't lose too much. It's broken, okay? Just lose a little bit. Okay? Just, therefore, like this kind of things, you Buddhism, non-Buddhism, doesn't matter. Just same thing like yoga. You can practice. You can just do daily activities. Okay? This is just basic. Sometimes, usually Buddhism says motivation is very important. Morning, before you go walk, just try to positive motivation. Okay, I'm able to go walk today. I'm great to have job. You can see a lot of people have job, right? Then just I've tried to best my whatever I done, the perfect motivation. Then you done. If you argument some of your co-workers, maybe your boss, the evening come down. Okay, what I did today. If you have something regret, it's good. Then purify. Okay, I'm not doing any more tomorrow. Just day by day. Every day, just, very tiny change every day. Very, very small, very, very small. But it becomes bigger, bigger, right? Like, like peace rock, peace, something peace, what peace? Like this much. It's not big solid one. Many, many small atoms put together become bigger, right? Like that. Change also very smallly every day. Like, the outside, the green leaves, they not change one day. Just moment, right? Day, hour, second, moment, we don't see. Maybe we can watch the microscope, the cameras, they can see the change. How they come grow, they can see. Yeah. Otherwise we cannot see, right? But very tiny, we don't see the bud. It will show up. Therefore, we change also. We don't see outside the bud. If you thought it that way, it will change. Okay? Okay, like that. Then it's complicated. Do you guys homework? Good. But do you guys read some other books? Do you find some good result? Huh? Yeah, read some other books, We got some few other ones. Therefore, this is not easy. Also, I also read, today I bring some other book. Humongous book, big book. They also explain different ways. Up here, another book. They explain different ways. This book explain different ways. They also, I told that one of my book, His Holiness, asked the Geshe to combine all the Kanju Tenjus. The Western publication, they will be publishing this fall. The one I'm already translated. Yesterday, to teach him by, he's adding something. They said this fall they're going to publish it. Okay? Then I want to cause some time and doing it, right?
So, who haven't been able to go past the 5 omnipresent mental factors, right?
That is Shasha. That telling us the homework was deeper Shasha.
So we just leave it there today.
Okay. Telling me touch about the Pesha Mambo is.
So there's no conclusion, to those discussions. So you can't say, oh, this is how it is and this is how it is, because each text and explains in different ways. So it's really difficult to come to a conclusion.
그래서 다 간지 근동아 세대 왕시, 이시, 로시 아니 로된데 차상하냐면 로기 살아 들어 근동아 세대.
And so the five omnipresent mental factor goes with all kinds of mind, right? So, so with the sense and consciousness, with the mental consciousness, with the mistaken consciousness as well.
아니 오겠던데 들으지 다 들은가 인행가 있어. 와 인행가.
And so now the next is the five object ascertainment mental factors, right?
아니 인행가냐면 로사게 셈세대 아니 그냥 빼셔 가지는 게슴 코닝 온도 냠도 살랍샤스.
And so these five ascertaining, five object ascertaining mental factors, they say, in some texts it says that it only accompanies with the virtuous minds.
아니 가지는 또로 주보냠도 살라고 또로.
And so some text says it only accompanies with the mind that recognizes, that realizes or recognizes its object.
그래서 영에서 차상을 오다 드리다 다 게슴 코닝은 적으서나 다 영에서 간가라 영을하고 해서 말씀으로.
And so five object ascertainment mental factors that goes with the or accompanies with the virtuous object, virtuous object. I don't think it's all five of them, but some of them only.
오케이 다 영을 가라해서나.
So what are the five object ascertainment mental factors?
Without looking book. I think Bob you already memorized. Jennifer already memorized. Okay, then you don't need to say. Other people can say. Okay. I think you memorized. Okay.
So belief, faith, mindfulness, meditative stabilization, and wisdom.
Believe the mother. Believe.
The 대바다 누가 대바.
Okay. then 다 돼서 다 조야고 가지. 다 조조 말아서 남주고 성을 따다시다. 너다에 태어나는 데도 있고.
So it's good, this is the mind, kind of mind that goes with the way we think on our daily lives.
그래서 다 너도 계산 주보는 적어서 냈더니 말을 나눠서 냈다 된다 말을 말해서 그냥 제발 이거 왔어.
So when we talk about the aspiration, the first one, right? Aspiration, what is aspiration? It's a wish. Thinking, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to go home today. Is that aspiration? So is that accompanying with the virtuous thought?
Okay. Okay, 다음에 대체는 다음에 오케이. 대충 건강하고서 인행하고서 요았어.
So you know what are the five object ascertainment mental factors, right? Anybody who doesn't know? What are the five object ascertainment mental factors?
I think everyone knows, right? Huh?
Huh?
What?
Oh, disagree. Yes. Okay.
Nothing. No, just aspiration and belief.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Good. This is very important, okay? We need to somehow meditate on that. You have to come out. Otherwise, people only are there. Don't just people think that, okay?
Yeah.
Believe said it? Can I do?
이제 대박. 근데 빌리브도 대박을 빌리브죠. 빌리브는 이제라다.
그러니까
저 상계를 대박이었어요. 상계를 예시했을 것 같아. 이제도 좀 버렸다. 나도.
넘발하나?
넘발한테 써서 대박이라다. 같이 뒤치고도.
근데 그것도 큰 배고로 가지 싫어.
그래.
제단 건
넘발들이 다 다래. 넘발은 aspiration래. 대다라. 뭐라서는 다 뭐이다 이 belief 당 faith라서. 아나 더 되는 거 같으면 집어도 거다.
아니 되니 집어도 거지. 이나 단단 거 자야 돼. 넘바다 그래.
넘바다 대박.
believe that fail나 고노 살아.
너 살아래. 또 다도 댄서 데브라 댄서.
Good.
So Deborah pointed out the mistake.
There got 1 pound.
Same, just because they use faith later, but that's fine.
Yeah, no,
The faith and belief will be the same meaning.
Very similar, yeah.
It's similar, but it's
Like if you have faith in Buddha, that means you believe in Buddha. That's it.
yeah. And they translate it sometimes as appreciation.
Yeah.
Aspiration and appreciation.
The aspiration is very different.
Appreciation.
Okay, good. Yeah. If we found that is very important, we need to come out. Okay. You know what? That's wrong. I'm not agreeing with you. Okay? 다 goes on. Dumba muba timba things the sheriff said, what? So
those are the 5 object ascertainment factors, right? Aspiration, belief, mindfulness, meditative stabilization, and wisdom.
Okay? Tandiland was the Bakashan and dipping Ibo la Tedang, Ted Dembership and Dubai. Yet 20 to me, 10 should be legend of Shizomba. Something Ibola minute, Tony Ribagos.
And so it says here, regarding the entity of aspiration, the compendium of knowledge says, question, what is aspiration? Response, it's the very wish to be endowed with this or that attribute of a desired thing. It has the function of acting as a support for making effort. So just as has been said above, it is the knower that upon observing some intended things, seeks it. So there has to be a desired thing, right? And so you want to possess that, or you want to be with that, right? So that kind of desired object. So once you have that desire, then you will make the effort to achieve that or to be with that, right? And so that that's why it's called, it serves as a support for effort.
Okay? Tell you what something Ebola mean don't need to pass. Tan Chibaro don't know Kaji. Tan Duzla, some Pesha Kajanalaya, and Yinging Allah, and get some Coning Kotjama to Yomare say on the Tatenda, and then Tanga chance with the Lega Kazama, Tasanga, Chudon, Ruin, some Konoja, what I go, Gawacha, that didn't the battle of Chayores.
And so, according to, like I said, like I mentioned earlier, in some text, it says that it has to, the 5 object ascertainmental factor only accompanied with the virtuous thoughts. But it's not necessary. Like in the case of the aspiration for desired thing, can be anything, right? But if you had a thought, okay, tomorrow is Wednesday, I'm going to go to the center. That aspiration, that desire is good, right? So that's related with the virtuous thought.
Yenaya, Tiringa Lega Dogusana, doping Bolamine Tony, but Tata Chatter and thinking about chatting to us.
And so if you say, oh, today I'm going to go to work, like if you have that wish, going to go to work, then it is, so it's like it says here, endowed with this or that, of the desired thing.
And the Tiringa Kala Sogin Samna, Kala Kirikalan Desogana, doping Bolamine Tony, Chupachati was.
And so if you say, oh, I'm going to cook this food today because you want to eat that food, you like that, and you have a desire for that food, and says, I'm going to eat, cook this food. So that also is, a wish, for the desired thing, right?
Today is a touch me as a yinging alaya, guess him kona ying good mago. That Kawana Sachi shot to use a touch of Maho in that day.
And so, from that point, we can say, we can, see that it is not necessary. That's what we think, right? But according to the text, according to that particular text, it says it has to be a virtuous thought. And so that we can, leave aside for now to debate later.
Okay. Also try to find
so you might find also different translations, of different texts. And so just try to read them as many as possible, and then find different, explanations from different texts. And so, there are some texts which says, if you find a text, which says that it only accompanies with the virtuous thoughts, then that would be nice, So then reasons why, then it might explain, and you bring that reason and then the quotations, scriptural support. And so then other like object ascertainment factors, like belief, not necessary, right? Mindfulness, also not necessary. But what about meditative stabilization and wisdom? Maybe, So is there like meditative stabilization and wisdom that's not associated with the virtuous thought? Yeah? Yeah, okay.
Okay, good. Listen, that is Italy, no spend the Kanje, any number said, any Tundigi, Takanji Jachakari said, Wara.
And so that the way in which an aspiration acts as a support for effort is as follows: materials, discrimination of the middle and extreme, says the support and that supported by it and the cause and the result.
The Lorig Chimbole, thinking the La Motoshi, Tim Montoshola Gabi, Lelu, Go Manina, Tombone thinking the La Mijushi, Top Jan Temanivi, Tanida Tambo, thinking the Gombala, and that thinking the Gomandogadi, that Lelo to the water, I'm going to let Karachena Lelo to the water, that Lelo and Gomanina, they don't even the Mayumara, that they pay Nigachibo.
So then it is a great exposition of the stage of the path. Also says, if you cannot stop the laziness, that is a non-enthusiasm towards cultivating meditative realization, then that takes joy and it is discordant class. Then from the outset, you will not be inclined to engage in meditative realization. So even if you do achieve it once, it will quickly degenerate since you will be unable to sustain it. So laziness is the most the dangerous factor in this case, because as long as we have that, you will not be able to achieve the result. It will not allow you to do the practice, will not allow you to have the aspiration or make an effort, so will not be able to achieve the realization of the meditative realization. So isn't it like that? Whatever kind of job we're trying to do, work we're trying to do, what stops us from doing that? What stops us from doing that is the laziness, right? Is that right?
And then a teacher, Toma Lelongo, but she didn't nature was the Tombo Lelongo, but the nature was Tanding also Gom Jadano, Tandil Pajano, what things I'm going to get some conning on your dress, Shachon was.
So it says like here, therefore it is most crucial to put an end to laziness at the beginning. So whatever we do, it's very important, to make sure that we don't have laziness towards that.
Tena tela lay down sim gade jomi shijang shinde jongwana nimsen kunde gewala joba kunde menuba lelo dogo tene da gaji nyendang sendang ani suzu gaji nyomle chietigi and kunde menu ta nyemse kadina ani lelo to dogo cheko resro.
And says therefore it is most crucial to put an end to laziness at the beginning. Regarding this, when you attain pliancy in which your body and mind are filled with the joy and bliss, laziness will be overcome. Since no awareness will arise in your application to virtue all day and night, so throughout the day and night, when you have no awareness or tiredness, to do the practice of the virtue, then of course they will not be lazy, to do that.
Tati lazy moyo the cardina, Tambo Nanzu Pimi years ago, the golden revoting Nanzu Hakona, and it tell Tony in the Baba Shucha Yongo.
And so, how do we stop, the laziness, towards something that we want to achieve? Is if we understand the benefits. So if we understand the benefit or advantages, or the benefits, of that goal, and if we have strong aspiration, to achieve that, then we will not have laziness.
What is on? Take your and she Jean Jimmy, jetting in the Tuni Jetenda, some guzo. Take your thing in the Tony even, Damba, Tobogo. Take your thing in the Yeten Toby, and a Yonto, what Tembo Goba, Toma thing in the Yeten Simbi, Tawagombo, started thing in the Gongo ina, Gomja, thing in the Gongo ina, that Tambo Caragona, thing in the Laguna Tawago race. Thing in the Tawayona, Teton even the Bayongo race. Teton the Bayona, and it Congo and Lelo the Ringi Pangono race.
And they say, like, in order to generate that pliancy, you must be able to undertake continuous effort in meditative realization. The cause for generating pliancy, and in order to produce that effort, you need a continuous fervent aspiration that seeks meditative realization. As a cause for that aspiration, you must have a stable faith of captivation, due to having seen the excellent qualities of the meditative stabilization. Right? So before you can overcome that laziness, that prevents you from achieving meditative stabilization, what you need first, is the faith, in the meditative stabilization. Right? So faith, seeing the qualities, of the meditative stabilization. So once you see that qualities or the benefits or the advantages, then you will have aspiration. So when you have that aspiration, then you will make the effort. When you make the effort, then you'll be able to achieve that meditative stabilization. So therefore, the first thing to have is the faith in meditative stabilization.
대 집어랑 가서 빼나 장소 콜레지언 레가도 레가데 돈이 좀 너무 가서 대충 주고 말아 왔어.
And so it's the same, like when you after you graduate from your college, when you go to do the job or work, you have to like the job, right? So you have to see the benefits, like just like faith, you have to see the benefits and advantages of that job, and then you will then you will have aspiration for that job, and then you will make an effort, and then you will work, right? So it's just like that.
대단 가서 제대로 넘바치는 매와 제대로 넘바 내가 제대로 치는 매와 지야 요래 봤어.
So can we do some work without aspiration to do that work? Without wanting to do that work? Can you do that work without wanting to do that work? In other words? How will you do if you don't have a wish to do? Huh?
You won't be very happy to.
You won't be happy to do it. Unhappy, right? Unhappy? Doing something unhappy?
You're a slave.
근데 가로 제일 없어. 난 제대로 넘어요. 넘어요.
You don't have a wish, right? You don't have a desire to do that. So you have no aspiration to do that.
You
You're
have
forced to do
aspiration
that.
to something else that you might get by doing it.
Sorry, what?
You might have aspiration for something else you might get by doing it, or a wish to avoid something by doing it. You might be forced, so you don't want to experience the worst result.
Oh, okay. hold on. 누가 돼서 많이 받는다. 그래서 제수가 됐어. 다음에 하라던 내가 맞아보는 거 녀바다냐는 녀바다 많이 받는다. 내가 지금.
그래서 많이 받아서 제대로 상하고 왔어.
So you have the aspiration to do the work in order to avoid the punishment.
Even if you don't like doing it.
Yeah. So you still have to do. You still want to do that, right?
그래서 제대로 너만 매라가 제 요소였다.
So therefore, even if in that case you have the wish, I mean you have the aspiration, right?
Kind of negative aspiration.
Yeah, either fine. Yeah. Negative, positive.
But aspiration.
Yeah,
Still there, right?
그래서 딱 너만 내가 제대로 좀 말하고 왔다.
So that's why it's trying to say is that without aspiration, you won't be able to make effort.
배나 보고서라 나조 제 내가 요 말하고 왔어. 얘나 밤에 제게 제라면서 그 내가 매진도 그 제대로 왔어.
So like the children, they don't want to do their studies or homeworks, right? But parents make them to force them to do it, or they shout, scream at them, and so because they don't want to be screamed at, and they would do it therefore.
대단 나도 대다 너만 대다 간지 대다 그 얘기 내가지 제거 있다 대 제도고 삼바지 대 삼바디 끊어놓는데 다 액션대 쇼고 이러 왔어. 다 나도 대화 가르나 된대기 제도고 끊어도 매발에 제 요사에 예서 말해서.
So
매워서 놓는 거네.
So even if you're doing it happily or unhappily, you have to have that wish, right, to do it. Maybe you want to do it because you want to skip the punishment, or you don't want to be scolded and so forth. Therefore, you want to do it. So you have the wish to do it, right? Whether it's happily or unhappily.
Aspiration and motivation be interchangeable here.
시당 나오는 밥 전에 나오는 회사로 왔어. 제도 그런 돈 봤을 때.
Yeah, it looks similar, right? What do you guys think?
You have to have a positive, something positive behind it.
For the aspiration?
For aspiration as opposed to motivation. Motivation is just what's. So I'm wondering if there's a.
So you're saying that if you don't have a positive attitude, then it's not aspiration.
Yeah.
그런 야구매워는 근데 그 누가 차가 말했어. 더 삼바야 야구매워는 누가 차가 말했어.
What do you guys think? Different motivation and aspiration.
Aspiration.
그러니까 그런 거 가요. 내가 제가 같이 그런 거 참
We have
어려워요.
motivation for everything, right?
Everything.
So is it like similar to that? Aspiration sounds pretty similar.
Sounds very similar.
야, 누가 찾아를 모르지 뭐요. 미스터 마세고도 삼데 거요.
So whether we do good or bad, it all has a motivation, right? Like even if you want to kill somebody, it's, oh, I want to kill somebody, that's motivation, right?
I think the aspiration seems like the desire to do it, and motivation seems like the reason for why you want to do it.
그리고
눈바디 그건 내가 했어. 아니 그 굴롱 가서 굴롱디 다 가서 윤재라고 했어. 제거요, 제약이 윤재, 제거 윤재. Reason is the reason.
Or like
Motivation is the reason.
kind of like your intent for why you want to do it.
The reason for doing it, right? Did you say reason or what did you say? Reason.
Kind of, it's more specific than aspiration. Aspiration just seems like a desire to do it.
And motivation.
Is kind of your intent.
Why?
진짜가는
What is the reason?
진짜가는
Like you have an aspiration to do something. The next question is why do you want to do it? So
Why
why
do you
would
wanna
be
do
the motivation?
저는 앞에 되니까 그거도
So why do you want to do is the motivation.
Yeah.
다만 지금 눈바디 다 제약이 들어가잖아. 나는 제약이 들어가는 가진 제거였으면 또 윤재지 몰라. 디데들이 보는 거였어.
알았네. What do you guys think? Yes.
I would say you could have an aspiration to attain meditative stabilization, but your motivation might be bodhicitta. So that would be two different things.
Yeah.
But
You could.
bodhicitta is an aspiration also.
What?
Bodhicitta is also an aspiration. It's an aspiration to achieve enlightenment for the benefit of all beings.
Yeah. Good. Okay. Good. What is that? Now give an answer.
You win.
No, you can't say that. You have to give it answer.
If I have an aspiration to become rich, does that tell me anything about my motivation?
No, it doesn't.
My motivation could be to amass wealth or to do it for charity. So the motivation could be either or.
So aspiration is actually more specific than motivation.
It's more of a goal.
Is your goal?
The motivation will be more specific, right?
Yeah, the motivation is more specific.
Yeah, that's what according to him.
Oh, see, I agree. I think it's the opposite.
Okay, what do you?
I think aspiration is the more specific.
왜냐면 유튜브 차이가 눈바디라. 유튜브 차이가 눈바디.
Why?
그냥 눈바디스. 유튜브 차이가 눈바디스. 근데 나 그런 데다가 나도 가래 들어야 돼 알아라. 다 미래에는 유튜브 차이 제대로 집어다니 다다르기 는 유튜브 차이 소소배 주도 안 된다 그랬어. 다 데리들이 그런 차이가 있어. 그런 데다 지나가지. 눈바디 지나가지.
내 딸이 보세요. 띵인데 돈은 이미 너가 저보고 대저가 띵이라 되는지 띵인데 다 대박으로 띵만이 되는지 돈이 대박으로 그러더라고. 나도 봤어. 대형서 말라 피 요대도 거기도 와서 같이 치고 거기도 와서나 같이는 거 그래. 그때 가기도 살고 가로. 그놈도 알레사도 하시는데.
So it says here, right? You must be able to undertake the continuous effort. In order to generate buoyancy, you must undertake continuous effort in meditative stabilization, the cause for generating buoyancy. And in order to produce that effort, you need a continuous fervent aspiration that seeks meditative stabilization. As the cause for that aspiration, you must have the stable faith of captivation, right? The faith of captivation. 대바디.
다 대바디 연대잖아. 대랑군도 지 대바지 그랬어. 군도 지 대바. 띵인데 가 토고 누 삼비. 그런 거 제대로 그랬어. 내 대화랑 가서 응연도 지 대바. 다음에 대바 지 대바. 근데 응연도 지 대바. 나로 고고는 가 토고 누 삼비.
아니?
근데 대화잖아. 아니 대 돈이 근데 대화였나? 아니 대 근데 띵인데 연대다 하거나 근데 대라 대화지 그래. 당화지 그래. 대통령로지. 대통령은 아니 다 돈이 얘기를 해서
So according to Geshe is saying that it's the other way than what you were saying. So you're saying first you have aspiration, then you say why you want to achieve that. No, first you said you have the aspiration, and then aspiration to achieve that, then you say why you want to achieve that, right? So Geshe is saying the other way. So first you have to have the faith, which is like seeing the quality, right? So you first say, oh yeah, and I mean, once you achieve stabilization, meditative stabilization, then it's so good in that way. So when you have that, when you see that, the faith, here it says the captivation. So that captivates you, oh yeah, that's really good, I want to achieve that. So when you have that faith, then you will have the aspiration. First you see the quality, then you will have aspiration, oh, this is so nice, oh yeah, I want to achieve that. See, first you see the nice thing of that, and then you have the wish to achieve that, that's aspiration. And then, anyway, so aspiration, right? And then after aspiration, then you make the effort. Yeah. So earlier you said that. You said, you have the aspiration to achieve that, and then you say, why do I want to achieve that? So that motivation comes later. That's what we're talking about, the aspiration and motivation.
I wasn't meant to say any one of those comes first.
Yeah.
I just was saying that one is more specific than the other.
Yeah, but anyway, so it sounds like you have the aspiration first, and then you say, why you want it? So that's like coming later. Yeah.
배나 나가서 담보배나 담미차 마차 콜레지로 답시거든 콜레지. 가나 콜레지로에나 대란 레오야 보여와 하코니 아니 콜레지 고마투고는 로데서 제거로 왔어.
So just like you want to go to college, you want to go to college. Why? Because you have this benefit. You see the benefits. That's why you want to go to college.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to explain whether or not motivation or aspiration comes first. I was just saying that the differences between the two. I agree with
오케이. 대가서 다 배야 로시오 코노다 내가서 전부 코노다 누가니 para chewa kan dusro.
So you try to find out, okay, read more text and to get his answer. What's the difference between motivation and aspiration?
단데도 그 공론다 어디다 공사 공론 가링에 가셔도 냠살에 따나 신단 살라 녜베나 녜베 네담바 주시 단데 뺀 나고 심벌이 소소가 냠내 제나 아니 싸워다 아니 냠내랑도 야보 시험에 가서 생각하다 내 땐디 고 셰도 매들 와서
냠내 제나 맞도.
냠내 제나 맞도
하고 말해서.
그래 냠슬라나 내 신데 신도 싸워 녜베스 네담바 주시 단데 나고 심벌이 와.
And says, therefore, for a start, you should meditate again and again on the faith that reflects upon the excellent qualities of meditative civilization. Having witnessed the sequence of these through your practice, you will apprehend this excellent essential point with the clearest certainty.
아니 담보 남체 산재 유도시에 남체시에 가잖아 대시와이나 안에 대자도 레벨 쪼고 되나네 콜린 주거리 되는데 맞게 그래서 코텔 쪼나 코데 야보도 삼나 아가테 고도 삼 코데 맞게 그래서 라비르스.
So just like in the ornament of clear realization, the first chapter explains about the omniscient mind. So the omniscient mind, it's called knower of all aspect. So knower of all aspect, which is actually the omniscient mind of the Buddha, right? And so it explains about that. The reason why it's explained about that at the beginning is so that you see the quality, of the Buddhahood. So when you see the qualities and the advantages of the Buddhahood, then you will have the desire or aspiration to achieve that.
그런데 나도 제와이나 지 야보 영토나 아니 소대 제 단도 담보 끊어서 개 제고 싸움 같이 고수 지던데 야본토나 아가테 제고도 섬 끊었대 제대로 섬말로도 왔어.
So it's a similar, right? Like things, like we want to have for ourselves. So when we see that good thing about that thing, then we want to achieve for that. And somebody else have achieved that, and then we see, oh, such and such person have that and enjoying the life and so forth. They say, oh, I want to achieve that too. So you have the aspiration first. So that we have to apply to our day-to-day lives, right?
Right. 근데 이제 다른 데라도 아니 띵인데 되는 이유는 남아티와라 아테 리드 시정을 대화돼 and 대화 하고 그래 대화보지 하거나 아니 띵인데 더 별로 깨게 랑도 왔어.
And so if you want to achieve the meditative stabilization, then you have to see the quality of that the plancy, the plancy of the physical or mental bliss. Yeah. So when you see that quality of the meditative, so in order to have that, I have to achieve meditative stabilization. So then that gives you the aspiration to walk towards achieving meditative civilization, because you want to achieve that plancy, or the bliss of the mind and the body. And so in order to do that, then first you have to study, right?
Okay, this is that she so the she the nedang she so untin the the ban lundi teno nenon damba zombi neda nebana zomba go zonja go kanji dembi je yeten la yechi be tabago zondine zombi de go shijang what to say so.
And this is as a proof for this point, Tsongkhapa cited the above passage of the discrimination of the middle and the extremes. The support, he explains its meaning as follows. The support is aspiration, the support of striving. The supported is striving of effort, or effort. The cause of aspiration is the faith of conviction in excellent qualities. The result of striving is plancy.
그래서 가지 덤비기 제대 가래 아니 띵인든지 이치에 대화들이 딘 레버도 가르나 띵인들 되니 넘바지 왔지 단 덤비기 레버를 가요 무슨나 주마 띵에도 공부를 듣네 아니 리셈 시장에 대화도 그래 해서로.
Yeah, so it says clearly, right? So the supported or effort, striving or effort, the supported is the aspiration, the supported is the effort or the striving, and the cause of the aspiration is the faith of conviction in excellent qualities, and the result of the effort is the strive is the pliancy, the physical and mental bliss.
단도 내가 이거 가는다. 단단 쇼주나 담보 아니 샤주선 그 팬도 송고 와서 샤주선 그 팬도 하거나 대 나한테 토고 누구서 그런 제가 와서.
And similar in the Guide to the Buddhist Way of Life also, right? This is the first chapter explains about the benefits of bodhicitta. So when you understand the benefit, and then you will have the aspiration to achieve that.
Okay. 그래서 선도다는 셔도선나 지탐신 집에 저다 송바제 년년진데 신도 치와 시대 시다 진보 남지 남지 공원은 예바전도 소비 설남 특점도 영화 로칸 나도 쇼데 셔도 섬다 예바 때문에 예지 특점 치와다 시다 진보 유남 유점도다와 준비 연락도 거나 년면지 네 돌아셔 봐남 선대 다달랑 예바 예바 탐매지 다 간지 단 네게 내가 저 빼면서 내가 좀 보네 다가니 빼려서 소요레스 근데 저 다가지 특점 자잖아 아니 말아서 냠내 내가 때문에 대 많이 봐 수수 칸나도 좀 내가 좀 못 당고를 새로 거기서 왔어.
And so all these explanations are given in detail by the great masters of the Indian, like it talks about the great trailblazers, like Nagarjuna and Asanga, and so just not just living those explanations in a mere word, but really bringing it inside and then putting it into practice is very important.
Okay. 자와집이 남 질라자와 따쇼들이 돈 책주보 샤샤와나 자와집은 너무 말해서 고에된 차tam지 가봐매도 되는데 다지 소수 셈도가 맞잖아 아니 간지 따 소소라 그래 자와집이가 아니 된디가 로카 쇼좀 요거 말해서.
And so it's just like it says about pleasing, the excellent. I mean, pleasing the victorious ones. So what pleases the victorious ones is not just by living them in the word, mere word, but really putting them into practice.
단도도 가르쳐 온다. 간지 소소 내가 채워라. 당보고 되게 내가 골드 하고 그래서 골드 하고는 대체도 끊어야고 용 그래서.
And so what he's saying is that first, before you can do the job, you have to understand the benefits of the job. So if you know the benefits of the job, then you will have the aspiration to do the job.
그러나 사지 축에는 섬지 연대도 자거나 대토는 입인다 맞게가 와서.
And so if you understand the qualities, the excellent qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, then you will have the aspiration to take refuge in them.
Okay. 다음 넘발라이나 숨 아니 차반도 빈다바. 못자반도 빈다바. 돈이 빈다바 숨.
And then when its aspiration is divided, there are three types. This is the aspiration wishing to meet, aspiration wishing not to be separated, and the aspiration that seeks. That's easy, right? What do you understand when it says aspiration wishing to meet?
Well,
Wanting?
wanting.
고군도 있어요.
What is that?
근데 맞아요. 그런데 맞나?
The aspiration wishing not to be separated,
Not want to lose.
don't want to lose.
근데 돈을 위해서 맞나?
The aspiration that seeks, lots of things.
I want to have something for that aspiration. Well, no, I'm striving to do it.
To learn more.
So,
다른 계산 가시거나 기회에서 가자거나
how do you apply that to the virtuous path?
뭐 제가 또 알아서
For example of the wishing to meet, aspiration wishing to meet.
You like said you wish to, you understand, you wish to develop your patience because you understand the, oh no, that's wishing to, there's more to seek in them. I'm tired, so don't
Be careful, the devil is watching here.
이렇게 야 제대로 놀아 내라 예 아무리
So how do you apply? I mean, give an example of the aspiration wishing to meet in relation to the virtuous path.
Like, your spiritual friends in all future rebirths, wishing to meet.
보다 좀 개개는 제가 좀 봤어요.
Yeah, so spiritual friend. Yeah.
아니 못하고 그러면 대도 못하고 그러면 봤어요.
And not wishing not to be separated, not to be separated from spiritual friend.
아니 돈을 위해서 받나 다 선제 탐지도 사기 동정으로 된다 좀
And that aspiration that seeks is like wanting to achieve enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings.
그리고 다 돈을 위해서 받아야 너가는 이 받아 따와드는 이 봤어요. 이용도 왔어요.
And then also the aspiration that seeks is of many types. The aspiration that seeks, aspiration seeking wishes, aspiration seeking views, and so forth.
그리고 다 따와드는 이보다 예수다.
So what's the difference between the number 1 and 3, wishing to meet and that seeks? Is there a difference?
The 태워도 받아 안에 가서 somebody 가서
돈은
여도 봐.
대용도 받아. 돈은 여봐서 제반도 받아야 되나 딱 가리인 바이나. 근데 수수 개개나 수수 파마 보고든 제반도 된다 봤어. 돈은 여봐서 나타내 내가 알고 온도 베개당 알고 온도 했던 감을 가지고 셔야
So meet with like the meeting with the spiritual friend, meeting with the parents, or meeting with the children, things like that. Person with a person, wishing to meet with a person. 밀라고 강사 주거라.
제반도. 근데 야만도 코
동화다 대화다 태버도 봐. 디그래.
대화단 제반도 봐. 라이나.
So wishing to meet with happiness.
근데 거기서 말이야.
Meet with dharma.
다 돈이 와도 수수 대가 고운도 당한테 고운도 쓰와. 베개든 제바다 갈 때는 맞아가고 난 최고도 없어. 이번에 다 수수 돈이 와.
So the first one is the wanting to meet, and the second one is the wanting to the second one is saying I want that, seeking it.
To aspiring and engaging bodhicitta, would you make that kind of comparison?
Isn't it more like subject object?
Not as bodhicitta, but just wanting and then actually doing it.
Isn't it more like you meet?
No more than 주먹이 캐머다 샤디를.
대이상아 되는.
Not that big difference.
It says wishing to meet and then seek. Wishing to meet seems more like a...
내가 체벌도 그래도 체벌도 빈다 봤어. 마태도 두고 있는데 수수 개개도.
So I wishing to meet, wishing to meet with one's teacher or one's children or one's parents.
그리고 안에 가라 보고도 되는 건데. 단 돈은 이거는 말한테 고운도 없어.
So seeking is like I want that, I need to achieve, I need to have that.
The first two are about meeting and not being separated from subjects, and the last one is seeking objects. So the difference is subjects and objects.
문의대라. 태버도 받아, 아니면 마타워도 받지. 제바보다 오체. 강사다 오체. 아니 니 somebody 되네 다 율라샤나. 율 가서 돈내려와.
율때 돈내려와.
뭐 잘라 돈내려와. 잘라.
Sorry? 1 and 3 rather, you wish to meet and then you seek. So that one comes after the other.
What is the word?
Does it refer to aspiration in the three times? The past, the present, and the future. So wishing to meet with someone that you knew, and like if it is spiritual friend or a teacher, and wishing not to be separated from someone in the present, and then seeking for the future.
Not quite like that. Maybe, I don't know exactly. So like wishing to meet your parents, right? Or your family members? Or do you seek your families? Is it different? Seeking family and wanting to meet the family? Huh? Yeah, exactly. Is there no difference?
It seems like meet would be there's familiarity, or seek means that you're looking for something you're not familiar with.
But you seek objects and you're wishing to meet people or subjects.
So I don't think it's that complicated. So the meeting is like wanting to meet with your spiritual friend or with your parents or with your family members, like that. So you want to meet with somebody, right? So you can say that's the aspiration to meet. So it's like saying that I must achieve enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings, so I must do the practice for the benefit of all sentient beings. So that's like seeking.
Okay.
To be for a person.
Yes. Is it necessary? Maybe not.
No, because it says these are the five object associated mental factors, so it could be anything.
다른 얘기다. 나가도 그것도 사면 뭐라. 미시가 인조 통고도. 나시 나시가 제마시 뭐 연구도 센데 뭐라. So when you say meet, again like the ear consciousness wants to meet with the pleasant sound. The eye consciousness wants to see a beautiful form, right? Can that be meeting? Aspiration to meet? Aspiration to meet? I want to see, I want to have I want to hear a pleasant sound. I want to see a beautiful form like that. That is the seeking, right? That is seeking. I want to, and after that, then comes the wishing. Wishing to meet.
Okay. Okay,
all right, then you may have a better example. Doesn't look like very complicated, but it's complicated, right? So find out about it.
Okay.
Read more text and bring more ideas, reasons, and quotations.
Okay.
After it says seeks, it says the aspiration seeking wishes, so it's like the wish to have a wish.
Oh, which one? Oh, the aspiration that seeks?
Yeah, seek, it says the aspiration seeking wishes, and then aspiration seeking views.
Where in the text?
Yeah.
No, that's the three, right? The three, that's the aspiration that seeks.
Yeah.
Oh, the aspiration that seeks.
There's as many types, and then it follows the aspiration
Yeah.
seeking views.
Seeking wishes. 네. 그래서 따와 듣는 영어는 네. 따와 듣는 영어를 따와 듣는 영어. So what do you understand seeking here? Searching? Looking for?
The two examples it gives is related to qualities.
So looking for, right? I'm looking for good house. I'm looking for a good car. So because you want to have a good car, right? So it's similar to that. So here, it's like Geshe said, want to. Seeking is want to. I want to have that. So so aspiration seeking wishes. 그래서 따와 듣는 영어다 뭐 봐? 더봐. So seeking, your desire. So whatever you want, you want to, you're looking for that. So that's the wish. Your desire. In other words, it's a desire. And then other one is the aspiration. The view. That's really complicated.
Okay.
But there's Geshe Rapton's more what Jennifer said, because there's a threefold classification of aspiration. Aspiration to encounter once again that which is past, which is the vision to meet. Aspiration not to be separated from what one is experiencing at the present, which is not to be separated. And then aspiring to achieve a certain goal in the future. And that's aspiration.
Temporal.
The temporal, 니마 대바야. 니마에 다시 수소하고 미래나 디자 태바다. 그런 방법 빌리라고. 아니, 나 메로와도 가서 메로와서 그래. 메로와도 다다 강 여봐들 다다와 강 여봐들 메로와. 아니, 나 저는 여봐들 딱 먹어 봐. 가라도 같은 데가 되잖아. 내가 먹어만 상기 왔어. 내가.
Good.
상기 오고 있어요.
It's good. Okay.
So like that, so you can find the text like that. That makes more sense.
Is that the answer or is that his interpretation?
That's the explanation. That's one of the explanation, right? You might find different texts, so that's good. So there's a text that explains about that. So you have to read many different kind of texts and find out like that.
But you get a lot of different answers.
So then you have the more understanding, not just one understanding, you have more understanding. So you get more understanding from many different explanations.
Okay.
So it is good to hear many, and you have to hear from many. So from many. And we have to hear many and from many. So from many different teachers, from many different texts.
Yes, Marco, what you say? You said something?
For me?
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking, where the one and the aspiration come from? Is it why you want something or why you want to aspire to certain things?
It doesn't want to. So it doesn't want to. Yeah, so the aspiration comes from seeing the quality. So when you see, that's, it's very nice, or I can make a lot of money, then you will have the aspiration.
That's a very virtuous thing. What about some non-virtuous action?
And so, so it's the same, here, that's what I'm trying to say, like earlier, like I mentioned, in some text, it says that it has to be accompanied, and it has to associate only with a virtuous thought. But then doesn't seem like it's necessary, because you can have an aspiration for negative things also. Like when you go, around in the supermarket or around the, a mall, and then you see something under that. Oh, I want to have that. Or that looks really beautiful. I want to have that. That's aspiration, right? And that's not a positive. That's a negative. That's a desire, attachment.
Specific example, my son, like, if you see an ant, he has the impulse to like kill it. So I was like, that's where I was thinking, where's that come from?
채워지는 거. 대기와 뭐가 되냐 쇼진을 내다 되고 그랬어. 제가 뭐가 소치는 세다야 되지나.
다들 또 뭐야 말.
건드만 개면 고 이미 맞아야 되고 내가 그래서.
그거를 열어라.
또 넘어서
슈라지 요거.
그 슈를 나한테 구분을 하시 지금 여기 왔어. 가지 대쇼 단단히 영어지. 저
셰주야당.
셰주야당 고 레바다 고 직직고 공님이 맞아야 용 그래서.
So I mean, it has many different factors that can cause him to do that. And one thing is like we mentioned, we talk about the karma that corresponds with his cause in action. So the karma, so if he has this karma, if he has created so much karma of killing in the past, and then the result of that karma will be also that you have the tendency to kill. And in the result, that corresponds with the cause. There are two. So one that is the action, and the other one is the experience. So if you kill, then one of the result is corresponding with the cause, and that its action is that you want to kill it again. You want to keep on killing. The killing tendency to kill is just like that there, and then other one is the experience, which is like because you kill, so therefore you will be killed. So you will experience the results similar to the one that you caused on others. So it'll be like getting killed. And so it could be that, but and then in this life also he might have like a fear just by seeing it. Oh, maybe it's going to bite me or something, and then immediately he wants to kill it. So that's the cause can be that karma.
Yeah, I think that's right. One guy will bite me, that's right.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like he will be very defensive. If he see a friend picking up worms, then he will be very angry at his friends for picking up the worms. So it's very, and then actually he got into trouble today because he was telling the first grader not to kill the worms, but he hold one of the kid on the shoulder, and he got into trouble for that. The principal called him in, and I had to go to school to pick him up.
Wait, he was trying to save the worms from...
He tried to tell the first grader, the teacher said, leave the worms alone because they were in the field, and don't touch it. But then I think he was shouting at the kid. And younger, I mean, they put first and second and third grade together, and he's a third grader. And
this country is also
so then I talked to him about it. I talked to him that they're all sentient beings, so you don't want to kill anything. And he said, yeah, but I see a centipede. I really want to kill it.
Yeah, so it could be the imprint from the previous life, something to do with the ant and or some different kind of condition like fear that just immediately the moment he sees it, that he has this fear, thinking that it's going to bite him or something like that, and then immediately he goes to kill it.
Okay, next last question. Yeah, last questions. Last questions.
Wait, this is the assignment, or this is... No.
This is the answer. Seeking answer. The expression seeking answer.
Okay, 아까도 누가 서로 내려가서 오늘 챌린지 맞. Okay, 가르쳐.
또 네가 곤도서
담보디 레바 일하시면 저가
말해.
이번에 끌로가 지금 제대로 가서 세마다 일하시면 저가 세마다 일하시면 저 가야 돼.
소바디야.
레바
소바디들이야.
소바디 레바디 추위 떼지.
떼지라. 담보디들이 네가 곤도서
오케이, 따뜻하게 봐.
Okay, the first question, right? Why are these five mental factors, feeling, discrimination, intention, contact, attention, called omnipresent? Why are these called omnipresent?
Okay? Good reason. Okay, today,
All right, I'll take it step. I have that because they arise with every single mind simultaneously. However, I have a question on that. The question is, can I really rise simultaneously or are there gaps? And is that even?
This is your question?
Well, that's my question about my answer.
Okay.
I mean, I'm taking the answer from the reading, but I was trying, how do we know they rise simultaneously, or maybe there are gaps?
Digital shadows.
Yeah.
And then
This is we have a lot of complicated last week, remember? They are together or the same. Okay. You know, are you the same answer or different answer?
I would say not.
Different.
Different, okay, different. What is different? Why we call the Guru?
Omnipresent.
Only present.
Okay, I had a few different sources, but like, from one, because they necessarily accompany all minds, even the wisdom, cognizing emptiness, they occur in every moment of consciousness. And that, in fact, the presence of the 5 mental factors is implicit in the definition of what it means to experience an object. When they're present, one is experiencing an object.
Okay, you're really long.
So those 3 different answers.
Okay, yeah, you did. Okay, well, Bobby, different.
A little different. I'd say they're not always present. They have to all 5 be present in order for the utilization of the object to be complete. If one is missing, as they can be, then the object is not
That's the right answer.
Wait a second, if one is missing what?
then the utilization of the object is not complete. You can't realize the object.
Well, right, but that's what, when we say that then but if.
Some moments of mind
but it
won't be able to
says-
realize the object because it's not complete.
Okay, yeah, okay. Jennifer, you have something to add?
No, I mean, I had that from the book too, because it comes in emergency utilization of it, but complete apprehension of an object cannot occur without all 5, right?
Yes,
right.
That's right, yeah.
Complete apprehension.
I can quote the text, but I actually want to add on to the quote because the quote's not actually clear. It says they are so-called because they are mental factors that accompany all minds, but I would add all minds that engage their objects because there are some minds that don't engage their objects, which is due to a lack of one of the 5 omnipresent mental factors.
So what do you mean by not engaging an object?
Like, for example, the object that appears but is not ascertained, it lacks
No,
some of the omnipresent mental factors, so it doesn't actually engage the object. So to fully engage the object, you need all 5.
That's a good idea. Okay, what do you have?
I answered it back.
No, I wasn't here last week, Mr.
Okay, Maria?
I was there.
Kimberly, you have? Okay, Deborah, you have?
About the same.
Sam? Yeah. Really?
Would you
I think there's maybe the all concludes, I think, Bob's answer.
Yeah, but wouldn't
Okay.
when you say, is experiencing the object same as cognizing the object?
You talk about them, and you know what you want.
저거는 용어 말이야. 또 보고 말이야. 신당. 그리고
영어가 또 말이야.
또만 용어 집어야 돼. 신당 예를 들어 또 보고 말 용어 말이야. 이제 또 보고 말이지. 또 보고 말이지. 다 용어. 요새도 용어에서 괜찮다고. 용어라고 생각하세요. 또 보고 말이지.
So, of course, it's questionable, right? So when you say cognize and experience, so everything that you experience is cognized?
Well, no, but the book says utilization,
Yes, utilization.
which is not even a term that I have ever heard in this discussion. prior, you know, like when you think cognize.
마태대 저는 그거 마태대 또 그거 말했습니다. 강공부는 어떻게 그런 강공부를 선도하지 않고 컨트롤해 봐서 그걸 이해를 참 족살했어. 그 조금 처리하는 거지. 그거 조절했고.
또요 말해.
또 말했어. 그거 가지고 그냥 거기서 와.
또요.
또 말했어.
아니면 또요.
강보다 또 말고 지금 내가 또 해요 말했어.
So, so if you experience, you don't have to cognize it. So, like person who who is looking at a blue mountain, blue snow mountain, and a person who's looking at a blue snow mountain, he experiences it, right? He's looking at it and he says, "Oh, that's a blue snow mountain." Right? So he has all the omnipresent mental factors there, right? Because he's experiencing it. But can he cognize it?
But you're saying he has all five?
Yes, all.
But he's not cognizing.
Not cognizing.
Okay, so then Bob's wrong.
Why is he not? Why is he not cognizing?
Because he's in the wrong consciousness.
It's the wrong consciousness.
마지막에 이거는 좋아하다. 이거는 좋아하다. 그때 그 또를 누구를 사는 그때 반 좋아요 말았어. 또 로시 되는 거. 그 로시 미 가라비가 그 로시가 로시 따라 그때 되면 그 이거 좋아요. 또요 말았어.
Yeah, that's right. So because there's no no blue snow mountain, right? In order to recognize it, you have to have it. If it's not there, it can't be recognized. But you can experience it.
But do you have five?
Yeah, all five manifest, omnipresent manifestors.
Okay.
So
you have a wrong consciousness, a non-cognizing consciousness, where all five omni-mental
associated.
Okay, so that means then you don't have to cognize it.
You don't have to cognize, but you experience it.
Right.
So maybe in his term, the utilization is experiencing, right?
But I also said it the other way around. In order to have the full utilization of the object be complete, you have to have all five mental factors. I didn't say that if you have all five, you necessarily cognize the object.
Yeah, that's good. 그것이 쉽지 않대 봐. 다 들리는 나는 마상이 되면 이행이라서 이상하게 하나 고치 마상한테 그 내용 말씀. 그 가시까지 되어서 봐.
The example of the object that appears but is not a Tseten, like Ian said. So that one that's not complete because there's some missing there, right?
It doesn't apply to wrong consciousness either.
Yes.
It doesn't?
Because within discrimination it says, which one designates an expression to objects of perceptions, hearing, differentiation, and knowledge. But within mistaken consciousness, the object doesn't exist.
Yes.
이거 말씀. 얘나 이게 코로나 때문에 좀 좋아했어. 나도 얘나 이거 말이야. 코로나 때문에 거기도 좋아했어.
So of course the object doesn't exist in reality, but to that, to that mistaken mind, that mistaken object is its object. So to that mistaken mind, it can experience the whole object, whole of that mistaken object. So therefore you can have all five objects.
나도 제가 쳐대. 나도 시간 가능으로 쳐대. 나도 가서 내가 좀 내를 왕가 쳐대가서 어디 가서 대나도 하고 한 말. 나도.
So one thing we mentioned about the blue snow mountain, right? So when you say blue snow, of course there's no such blue. But when we're looking at a person, we see the person as exists from his one side. Is that person exists from his one side? No. Right? So we're all mistaken. But we have all five omnipresent manifested in that case, but not in other cases. There's no difference. It's both being mistaken by same, right?
Okay. Then that man like conclusion you good. We not said the kata 가서 되지는 좀 지나가서 가서 누가 이거
So about the simultaneous thing, that's a problem with that, right? Like we couldn't come to the conclusion last time. We mentioned about which comes first, which comes later, and now do they come together or do they come at separate time? So that will be a problem.
다 주로 도로를 가네 밥라이트 고아 대체해서
So in short, I think what Bob answered makes more sense.
Okay, but depend on more. Okay, you don't have. Okay, tell me about that.
Second question: what is the difference between intention and attention? Intention and attention.
Okay, 셀바다 일하시면 되죠. Okay? Yes. What do you have?
I have from Geshe Ngawang Tenley. It says intention moves the mind to a general field of reference, let's say like a landscape, whereas attention moves to and focuses upon the specific details, such as the mountains, the trees, and so forth. So,
Okay, 집안에다 강물하다 집어넣어.
제라고
You have any other?
지은다 제라.
Other?
Well, I would just add to what Mary Ann said was that attention, because I got from Geshe Raptor's book, attention is more focused on the details
Okay.
of
Physical.
an object, and whereas the intention is, it just drives the mind
That's
to it.
everyone, yeah. Yeah, that's not going to be cheaper. That's cheaper, but it's better than it is.
Yeah, that's what's said in the text also, right? So same.
Yeah.
The 가서 이거를 찍어서 봐. 얘가 제가 내 빨리 정확하게 지금 참 좋은데. 레바다 일하시면 정확하게 쓰시는
월드.
텐도스다. 다 아니야 레벨 초기 되시는 가르쳐서나 다 드는 거는 요거다 요거서. 좋아.
이런 영어라고.
레벨 초기 되셨어. 다른 다 레바가 아니라 초기 아니라 다는 요거 요거서. 레바가 초기 되지 그래서 가지고. 다 되시는 거. 대용을
레바다는 데 가서 이 숨들을 레바다는 세마도 일하죠.
다 대해서 모두는 다는 그 가정이나 외반에 뭐 가정을 이해하는 거에 다 되는 것들 전부 꼴로 걸어가서 레벨 주게 되시니까 그래서.
So then the third question comes to how does the context serve as a basis for feeling, right? How does context serve as a basis for feeling?
Okay.
Was there any problem with that?
no.
There's no problem.
I found something interesting what Venerable George said.
Okay, what is that?
He said, the Buddha taught that there's a causal relationship with feeling, intention, and so forth. It's the cause of things. So contact is the cause of intention, so feeling, intention, and so forth. Upper tenets, blah, blah, blah. Like, the upper tenets would say that it's not, basically there is point of view contact, which is a cause of feeling. It's always the previous moment of contact. So what's that cause of the feeling is the previous moment, which is the contact that generates some feeling. And the contact which was the cause of it would be the contact of the previous moment that activated the feeling. So how contact basically triggers the whole sequence of events. And it's a cause and effect sequence that's happening.
Did anybody understand that?
No, you need to convert.
I'll read the one sentence that makes sense for me.
Yeah.
It says, from the Saturn-Makers and upper tenants point of view, the contact, which is a cause of feeling, is always the previous moment of contact. So the contact that is causing the feeling is the previous moment.
No, you only one sentence that could make sense.
Exactly. It's like, well, contact causes the feeling to arise because contact has a pleasant.
Okay, I think you're fair. Okay,
Contact's the initial experience of the object, which could be pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral. So contact functions as the basis of feeling. And yeah, there is a cause and effect relationship with contact conditions feeling. I think what you're saying though, it has to be the previous moment of contact, because you may be feeling there could be a coexisting
Exactly, there was the
contact.
whole coexistence versus non-coexistence, but it's not, it's the previous moment.
그래서 계시가만.
말로 좀 하세요. 그제
No, it's
그러면 들어가서 더 이거를 주여 레바를 되는 소리 주래서.
this is we don't question that.
What?
We don't question that. That's it. You are just
So previous moment, when you talk about the previous moment,
Take
the previous moment of that is the cause of that.
Take
Previous moment, the Marion, that is the previous moment of Jennifer is Jennifer's
Yeah,
cause.
but the previous moment of the feeling is contact. It's not the previous moment of feeling.
So that can be feeling before contact?
Well, feeling from another contact.
Yeah, exactly.
But now I'm talking about this situation of contact with the table.
So within
It's
one.
a contact exactly within
Yeah.
one thing. The
No,
contact
tell
with the
you cannot do that.
close.
It's terrible. Telling no.
이따 레바지라 소면서 레바지 레바 다 알았어.
레바다로 트위게르베스.
레바가 뭐는 소화되라. 사람이 다 유진이 소화되고 가서 소유주의 레바지라. 아니 레바지 가서 소유주의.
대다 다 대기 레바다 나도 레바다리베스. 레바다리베스. 가니다 다 레바다 트위게르베스 나도 예스나도 소르베스.
So if you that very contact is the cause of the feeling of that feeling. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
대기 대녀 말이베스. 소화다 레바다 대녀 말이베스.
So are they not at the same time?
No.
Not occurring at the same time? No.
They're not occurring at the same time.
센터 말이다 대 투리나고 무슨 말이베스.
So aren't they also concomitant in 5 ways, 5 different ways, the 5 concomitants, right?
They are, but that's the whole point when we come to the sequence of how they occur. It's like, no, well, yeah, but
go ahead,
still
go ahead.
it's the sequence.
시퀀스 뭐라.
Sequence parts.
아니 디투르도 가래 디투르도 갔어.
What about the concomitant time?
But then why do we say contact forms the basis of feeling?
대로 그래서 problem. 내가 좀 problem도
You
이렇게.
can't say, otherwise, how can, if it happens at the same time, why?
이거는 나도 내가 대한테 더 내려서.
So because you have that problem, that's why this question comes up.
네.
But yeah, but all of
내 교 시험을 하고 시험을 무슨 도왔을 시험을 고 무슨 레시들 도왔을.
So more than other than the previous moment, is there any other explanation?
Yeah, well, the other ones were just sort of the classic feelings, the experience of happiness, unhappiness, or indifference in response to pleasurable, painful, or neutral contact. So these were Geshe Tsulga and accompanying flowing. So the other ones were more sort of simple. This was the one where I was like, okay.
저한테 그렇게 제가 누웠어요. 그러면 같이 뒤수셔야 돼. 시험을 드시려고 깨웠더니 깜빡이 내봤더니 하고.
혼인이 가봐. 소소 그러면 또 코디를 써선다 그지를 맞아.
그래서 콘 나라 차로 참아 저기다 맞춰서. 뭐 콘이 들어 콘이 들어.
아니 괜찮아. 오늘 말고 괜찮아.
어디?
그래.
그 어떻게 되거든?
말로 바로 쫓으면 그러지요. 사람이 쫓는다 그지 맞아. 사람은 나오는 거라. 선전 나오는 말이야. So when you're talking about applying within the mental factors or with the primary mind?
A mental factor and its primary mind.
This was the primary mind, right?
The mental factors happen.
Exactly. So this contact and feeling are mental factor, right?
Yeah.
So it's not talking about that. So you don't have to have a concomitant time for that.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So see, right.
No, it's just thinking that it has to be concomitant with any kind of mind. I mean, whether it's a mental factor or whether it's a primary mind. So what do you guys think? The concomitants, the 5 concomitants?
No.
You don't. So what is the other term for that?
Yeah.
The similarities, the 5 similarities. You know the similarities, the similarities of time.
Main minds, otherwise, they all have.
Exactly, main mind. So it's anyway. So in your so that is okay for you.
Yeah.
You're correct. You're fast.
그런 거 써선다. 투대로만 맞추고.
어디 남기 썼는데 어디서?
고마워 제가 오늘 때 경찰로 가져야 됐어요.
So this is the primary mind, right? Not within the mental factors. Not among the mental factors. But within it is the primary mind, right? No. No.
Sense, power, and perceived objects. Well, right, it combines primary, or you could say it's at the intersection of primary mind, sense, power, and perceived objects, which gives rise to feelings that are pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral.
What was the first part of the sentence?
Okay, combines is a combination of primary mind, sense, power, and perceived object.
you
Once
want
you give rise to feelings that are pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral.
좀 누워야 되네. 아니, 가서 저와 내도 좀 누워야 돼.
No, that's good. Tell us. You want to know what?
요한을 좀 데려다 레바레스. 요한을 좀 누워야 돼 레바레스. 가라 되는 소화해 버렸어.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
those three things are sort of combined when there's contact, but I guess you could also say it's the intersection of those three things. I don't know, maybe that's.
So that's the contact, the three things coming together is the contact.
Yeah.
And from that, then comes the feeling, like the pleasant and unpleasant neutral feelings, right?
Right.
원하는 요한 남시 좀 누워야 돼. 레바레스. 대라되네. 소화해 버렸어.
니바가 떼내려 봐요. 니바가 떼내려 봐요. 요거는 이제 니바가 떼내려 봐야 돼.
So the combination of these three is the contact, or the contact comes from the combination of these three.
The second one.
Second one.
That, right.
So the contact, comes from the combination of these
Right,
three.
it occurs when those three things are together.
together.
Right.
that is 레바레 버렸어요. 대숨 정말 되는 레바레 버렸어.
Yes, yes. That's correct. That's correct. There is. There's no way you refer to it.
대라되는 소화해 버렸어.
다 대가 무슨 요라게 봐. 아니 동물에 발전이 좋게 돼요. 다 가라.
That means that first comes the contact and then comes the feeling. Is that right?
Right.
So that sequentially the contact comes first and then feeling comes after. Right?
얘가 단단하게 좋게 막히는 거지. 뭐 대화 되는 거 자와 빼는 것이 빼려는 게 아니야. 그럼.
Geshe.
그 여자만
Whose text is that?
That's from Venerable George, because he goes in.
Geshe says he doesn't accept George.
He doesn't.
You have to go from a Pandita from India.
제가 데려오는 날이 빼는 나가서 뭐. 데려오기 나가서 거기 내봐는 가봐더니 인자 끼봐더니 많은데 그래서 라라서 나한테 내봐는 가봐니 다녀서 내봐는 가봐니 다녀서 끼봐더니 말했어. 끼봤다 뭐 저한테 동물에 받는 저한테 그래서 저하고 레베티 다 거기 주인하는 것도 말해도 되래서 그랬나 거기 내봐 되면 또 가봐 영 가로들 배는 누도스 대가도 이치도인도 그래서 그랬나.
So there's also explanation that Geshe said he found, but it's not from the one of the well-known scholars.
Yeah.
So which says there is a concomitant time between the contact and the feeling. And the concomitant time is that they remain at the same time and then they cease at the same time, but they are not produced at the same time. They remain.
Yeah,
They remain and they cease at the same time. But they are not produced at the same time because contact comes first. The contact is produced first and then the feeling is produced. Now, so the concomitant time is with the remaining and ceasing. They happen at the same time, but not with the producing.
No.
So anyway, so that Geshe said he doesn't accept that. That's similar to what George said.
That was him said, but that's what I said.
That's right. So he doesn't accept that. That's a quotation from a well-known scholar.
I have a quotation.
Yes.
From the Abhidhamma Kosha, it says, it's called Vedana Skandha, is the threefold mode of feeling or experiencing sensation which is painful, pleasant, neither painful nor pleasant. One should distinguish 6 classes of sensations, those which arise from the contact with the 5 material organs, the organ of sight, etc., with their object, and those which arise from contact with the mental organ and following. And then from the Abhidharma Samkhya, it says, what is the definition of the aggregate of feeling? The 6 types of feeling: feeling aroused by contact with the eye, feelings aroused by contact with the ear, nose, body, and mental organs.
Okay.
Doesn't really explain how it happens, it just says.
Yeah, this is the problem. 나도 대표하는데 이걸 나도 다 가리고 하는 건데 없어요랍니다.
That's right. Yeah. So it says it happened that way.
We are
Feeling
following.
comes from contact, but how does feeling come from contact?
Okay, whatever.
Well, this is from Geshe Temple, and he says that the statement that contact is the supportive feeling does not mean that from contact comes feeling, but rather that they mutually depend on each other. In other words, because there is contact, there is feeling, not in terms of cause and effect, but in terms of mutual dependence.
Mutual dependence. So the feeling depends, contact depends on the feeling?
Well, yeah, as soon as contact is feeling immediately, it's not cause and
Yeah,
effect.
so the feeling depends on contact, right?
Right, yeah.
Likewise, contact depends on feeling?
Right.
Mutual dependence. 그래서 다들 레고하게 서로 땡기고 옛날 유지가 지가 말했어. 가는 거 땡겨 가는 분들이 변준 땡땡 말했어. 그래서 레고도 서로 가서 서로 레고 때문에 레고도 서로 땡겨.
가리다 와서 아, 나 이렇게.
So how does it depend? How does it depend?
Well, without one, you don't have the other. It's not that it's not
나 지금 매번 지금 그거 말했어. 이제
대단히 전화거든요. 저는 드시면은 생각하면 내리면 자주 전화 왔어요.
It's the same with other things, right? Without discrimination, there will be no intention. Without intention, there will be no discrimination.
Well, that's what five omnipresent means, that there's not really sequential, they're just all
The rebasi가 많아. 이 코로나가 rebasi가 많아. 이제 나 혼자서 왔어.
So then they're.
So the omnipresent doesn't mean there's no sequence, right? It just means that it abides in all kinds of minds.
Well, I think it's debatable.
It's all just what it's Yes, of course you can debate on anything. But that's not what the text means. So the omnipresent means it's present in all kinds of, in every primary mind. It's present in every primary mind.
Okay.
Well, just from common sense, it would seem like, how can you have feeling unless you have contact?
It's not enough. I'm doing the Shirajana, and I'm going to talk this. So yes, what you're saying is right, but what Geshe thought about is like the concomitant time, with all kinds of mind. But if we agree that it has to be concomitant time-wise, and it has to be concomitant time-wise only with the primary mind, not with the other mind effect, then that gives the answer.
Yeah.
Then that solves the issue.
Yeah.
So So when we talk about, again, when we talk about the concomitant time in terms of, with its primary mind, right? So there's a feeling, so that this is a contact and this is a feeling, right? So So the contact, it has a primary mind, right? And then that is associated with it. And then feeling also is associated with that same primary mind, right? So one primary mind can have all the 5 universal manufacturers, right? Right, so, right?
Well, what if if the primary mind is like the eye sense, for instance?
That's exactly, right? So from the eye sense, you come into the eye organ, sees, comes into contact with its object, with the eye consciousness, and then from there comes the contact, right? But from there comes the feeling. So it's the eye consciousness, it's the primary mind. The eye consciousness is the primary mind, and the contact is associated with, and the feeling is associated with also.
But the feeling can't be associated with the eye consciousness at that point. Doesn't it become a mental consciousness? No.
The mental factor, so all kinds of, the 5 mental factors, they are associated with all kinds of primary mind. So here is the example of the eye consciousness, which is referring to one primary mind, that's eye consciousness, right? So eye consciousness is our primary mind, and that contact is associated with, and the feeling is associated with, right? So if the feeling and the contact have a sequence difference, so if the contact comes first and the feeling comes later, right, that primary mind is already there. So the primary mind associated with the feeling is already there, and when there's the contact there, when the contact occurred, right? That primary mind is already there when the contact occurred, even before the feeling occurred. Right? So that very primary mind, which the feeling is associated, is already there at that time. So you understand? Oh, that was the yawning? Oh, I see. That's so you understand that, the difference, like, this mind is associated with all these 5 mental factors all the time, right? This mind. So that means, at the same time. At the same time. So when it is associated with the contact, it should be associated with the feeling also at that time. At the same time. That's the concomitant time, right? So now we're not talking about the feeling and contact at the same time, but the primary mind that it is associated with at the same time. So in that case, then the feeling and the contact has to be at the same time also.
Then there's no sequence.
That's the question.
If that's
Yeah, this is a meaning, okay? More
in that way, looks like it has to be same, right?
Right.
These 3 fingers have the contact.
one reality where there is a sequence and a different reality where there's not. It's like, to that primary mind, there is no sequence, but
So,
for us,
like what? Like what she said, the one said about simultaneously.
yeah, or
So
yeah.
now your answer is coming true.
okay. This is a complicated, right?
All right.
So when you apply that to the one primary mind, then it has to be all at the same time.
But from our view, there's sequence. When we're looking at it, we have to have a sequence. So
Yes.
we see the sequence, but really the sequence doesn't exist inherently. Maybe.
그래서
먼저 따뜻한 반응이 걸었어. 아무도 약하게 되네. 저하게 반응이 걸었어. 이나 뭐는 소리예요.
yeah, no.
It's a sequence in our ignorant mind.
Yes.
This is a really complicated. Even I discussing with my classmates, everyone has different ideas. There's not one person that, oh, that's it. But text, if the text doesn't say really clear, right? Still was. Therefore, everyone, okay, I think that. It's very complicated. Okay, now we are not going on. I have to share more information. Maybe take too much time, not take all time. Okay, now we stop. We will go next time again, okay? But still read that, okay? 땅에서 저랑서 빼자 되느라고 도와서. 샘중가 가대. 저놈만 가도 고거를 보고 말했어. 그리 빼자 되는데 다시 왔어.
So now the next assignment is to find out whether the 5 omnipresent mental factors among themselves, do they have to be concomitant time?
Okay. But then they say
Do they have to be same time, right? Concomitant time.
Okay.
So concomitant time means like they are same existing, in the same perishing, and same producing. Produce at the same time, produce, remaining at the same time, and coming to the end at the same time.
Okay. Still read more. Okay. Good. You guys, study some other books. Try to find that one. Then we put together. Okay. Okay. Homework.
What's the definition of aspiration?
Okay. You write that? Very favorite.
Email you that.
Okay.
Yeah. Wait for the email. Yeah.
Okay.
Last time I wrote it down, you changed it on the email.
That's right.
Really? Okay. Then we share it.
So next question. What is the function of aspiration? What's the function of aspiration?
And the thing is that
What is the cause of meditative stabilization? What is the cause that gives rise to meditative stabilization? I'm changing the question right here. That gives rise to not the dal, just the rice. Very brown rice that give rise to the meditative stabilization. Anyway, Marian knows what she's writing.
That's good, okay. And then you want Dambasumi was Tebantabada, Matavantabana, Tunyan Dambatita, Tuni, Tebantabana, Tunyan Dabani Chawakari Bas.
What's the difference between the aspiration wishing to meet and aspiration that seeks?
The patient lotions, the patient with the lotions.
Read a different text, and of course you won't find anything here. In this text, there's nothing, just the division, right? So you have to read different texts to find out the answer.
Okay, good quotation. That's good. George, Deputy Olosh, the Kodan Mamulum does.
So read well that book. He has a lot of information in there.
Yeah, he has. I read it.
Yeah. Yeah, the difference between the aspiration wishing to meet and aspiration that seeks.
And
then what is the meaning of seeking view, aspiration seeking view?
Too much? No.
Aspiration seeking views. Aspiration seeking views.
Aspiration seeking views?
Yeah. It's in the here, right? The aspiration that seeks is of many types: aspiration seeking wishes and aspiration seeking views.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it. Okay. Saju Puji Shijan Medo Legend Sanji Chita Medebawa and Dogan Namdo Shola Shobra Show and Jambra Po, Chitran Chambana, Kondo Sampo, Teda Kinji the Logo, Givan the Tom Jor of the Tism Chevi, Javata, Moa Kanocho. Pajan gave it on the Sambo Chijor of the Mor, Mimete to make him a woman, the woman. Can't give it the yes and our Lord, so we shall also on the shortcut. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Geshe. Thank you, Damcho. Only announcement today is please keep an eye out for Sakadawa. We're having it June 17. Starting to get everything together in terms of all the tasks that need to be done beforehand on the day. So if you can please save the date for as much time as possible on the day to help us with that. And then starting, not this week, next week, we start our next cycle of pujas. Anyhow, very, very much appreciated. Stop me if you want to be on, get the, well, the Son of Genius is going to be in the newsletter as well. So if you want to help, please sign up. All training is included. And then as always, we run on donations, as you know. And then the second most important, we volunteers, please help with anything you can. We do the water bowls, there's clean up, and then there are typically some cards on the board as well. So that's it. Thanks, everyone. Thank you so much, Geshe.